Well, we're not at Enfield, but we are chatting to Spencer after a win at Enfield yesterday. Spencer, it was our first away win since March. It was your first league win in charge. What was the main emotion at the end of that?
Relief, more than anything. I think, if I'm honest, and as a management team, we spoke about that afterwards. Of course, winning is great, but when you've gone a period of time without a win, then obviously some doubts creep in as to whether we've got the right team or we've got the right tactics, etc. So the overwhelming feeling was relief, but then after that, it's the pleasure of getting a victory. Winning games of football, I keep saying to our players, it's difficult no matter what level you play at. So yeah, when you win a game of football, you need to enjoy it, and we hopefully I certainly enjoyed it yesterday. The players will have enjoyed it last night, and then we put that one to bed and we crack on for the next one.
I can't. Those 1-0 away wins, especially against teams who higher up the table and in particularly good form, they can kind of feel a bit smash and grabby. But this, it didn't feel like that. I thought it was a performance that merited the result that we got.
I think so, and I know people see games differently when you're on different sides of the white line, if you like. But I think perhaps Enfield underestimated us and perhaps didn't prepare for us as well as we had prepared for them. Enfield are a basic football team, and I mean that in a respectful way, in that they're not expansive. They're pretty direct. They've got a way of playing that is successful, but it's a way of playing that I know personally all about, and as a management team, we prepared for it all week. We came into the game playing slightly differently, which I think maybe surprised them. But if you can deal with their directness and their main threat, then they run out of ideas pretty quickly. So we knew that if we could do that we would have an opportunity to win the game. So I said to you when I spoke to you on Friday, I don't fear these teams. We know them, and if our players turn up, we know we can get results anyway.
Yeah, you mentioned the change of shape, moving to a kind of back three with wing backs. Was that specifically for this game, or is that just because the players we brought into the squad now kind of lend themselves to that? What was the thinking behind that?
So we look game by game, and that was specifically for yesterday, specifically for Enfield, and like I say, to give respect to the opposition and try and find the best way to win games. And when we played them earlier on in the season, we played with a back three, and I thought it caused them a lot of problems that day, although we didn't get the win. So whatever we've done it right against Enfield this season. They've not managed to score against us, and we've taken 4 points. So personally, that's a victory for us as a management team against them tactically.
What was most pleasing about yesterday's performance?
I think the most pleasing aspect for me was that the things that we'd worked on Thursday about being able to change the play from side to side, to use those wing backs, to be aggressive in our press, to then when we do win the ball back to look a threat. And I thought we did really look at a genuine goal threat. Before we'd scored, we had a one-on-one that we missed. And then in the second half, of course, they came out and were a bit stronger, and they went even more direct, if you like, and created their own chances. But on the counter attack, we had 2 or 3 opportunities to kill the game. You're always going to have to ride your luck at times, and yes, they hit the bar twice and hit the post. But for me, and that they've not hit the target. So yes, you have to ride your luck to win games of football, and again, we've been talking about those fine margins, and for us yesterday, the fine margins went our way. So I'm certainly grateful for that, and not going to complain.
But also, they hit the woodwork, but probably the chances we missed were better than the chances they had when they were hitting the woodwork.
Yeah, I agree.
2 one-on-ones in particular.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I listened to their manager after the game, or I've seen his interview today after the game, and he was a bit bitter, which is disappointing. I've got a lot of respect for Andy. I've known him a long time, and when your hype man calls you the living legend, it's I would have hoped he would have been a little bit more gracious in defeat and gave us a bit more credit. But he said we had the temerity to celebrate like we'd won the league. I told the boys to celebrate a win because every win is important. And if you don't celebrate wins, and if you don't enjoy winning football matches, why are we in the game? So I'm happy that we celebrated the win, and I just hope that we can continue to get wins and celebrate even more. So I'm delighted for everyone really that was a result, but at the same time, feet back on the ground, and let's go and get us up the division where we deserve to be.
Yeah, I also think that one of the strange things about complaining about the celebrations is that that's not just for the players, is it? You know, as fans, it's not been the most exciting or season full of celebrations that we've had. So being able to share that with the players at the end feels really important.
Totally. We were booed at the end of the game against Corinthian Casuals.
Yeah.
So for the players to then receive a little bit of encouragement from the supporters is fantastic. So it's highs and lows this game, right? And that's why I tell the players enjoy the highs, and let's make sure we get more of those.
One name who played yesterday, but I think he'd only played once before, and I don't know if he'd been in the squad recently, was Stewart in the centre of midfield. I thought he was excellent yesterday, and I had no idea who he was. What did you make of his performance?
I agree, he was excellent yesterday, and probably showed me a little bit his frustration at not being involved in the last couple of games. And I had a long conversation with O'Shane during the week, and he was asking me why he hadn't been playing, and I explained the reasons, but said that his chance would come, and it came yesterday, and I think he grabbed it with both hands. I thought he was excellent. He's a young lad. He has got Football League experience with Southend in the past, a handful of appearances, but I thought he gave us a real energy in there that perhaps what we needed yesterday for sure. Just a little bit of youthful exuberance at the end. He was continuing to go forward and coming out of shape when we were 1-0 up with a couple of seconds left. I had to rein him in a bit, but yeah, really pleased for him. For someone who hasn't played, to put in that kind of shift over 98 minutes or more was really good. So yeah, but real bright spark yesterday for us.
Yeah, well done yesterday. Great result, and we'll
Thanks,
see you on
man.
Tuesday.
Yes, take care.
Cheers, mate.